playing Stranded Deep on hard mode, and I'm going to have permadeath on, but I'm going to show you how to survive the first couple of days so that you can get everything going. Alright? So the first thing that I'm going to do, and I'm going to show you, is we're going to go down here to Options, and we're going to go over to General. Now I turned the tutorial off. I've done it a number of times. I really don't need to do it again. Plus some of that stuff is a waste of resources. So we're going to go ahead and turn it off. Auto walk, I turned that off as well. Wildlife, I put it on default. What's the point of having it on hard if we're going to put them on passive or remove them in period? It's really pointless. So I'm going to start a new game. We're going to set it on hard. Now, hard, of course, makes everything harder, and also it starts you without a raft. So you don't get those extra boosts of having rations and a raft to start with, okay? World, you can put it existing or random, doesn't really matter. And then I'm going to put permadeath on. We're going to go ahead and start this game. So while that's loading, I'm going to go through and I'm going to show you a few tips, a few tricks, maybe a few things you didn't know. And we're going to try to go through this as smoothly as possible. Being that I have permadeath on, I really don't want to die. Alright, here we go. Some random thing hits our ship. Alright, we get knocked out. We get up in the water. We're going to wake our way out. Now, for those of you on PS4, the L3 button is how you run faster. You're just going to make your way up to the surface, find the raft, and everything starts. Now, when you're playing on normal difficulty, when you pop back up, you're going to have a raft. You can grab it and drag it, and that is also the left bumper, or L2. To grab and drag anything, just in case you didn't know. Anything big that you need to drag, it's always L2. So we're here in the water. Take a look around, make sure we're not being hunted by any sharks. Alright, take a look around, see what we got. We got a container over there, so let's... Whoa! Okay, we're being hunted. There's a shark. You do not want to get bit before you have a chance to do anything, because you're not going to have enough time to make bandages. No, you might, but more than likely not. Alright, check the console. Anything good? We got vehicle filter parts. And pick up the crate. Let's see. We'll just have our hand out. Get some air. So nothing really spectacular in this crash site. So now we're going to go back up. And we're going to go onto land. So we got crabs. Point of note. This thing here will cause you to start bleeding. Do not step on it. Alright. Now, let's see. Let's collect a few things. I'm going to go around the outside of the island. Collect a couple of rocks. I will get back to these young palms in a minute. For those of you who don't know, young palms give you fibrous leaves. Let me find some sticks here so I can make a knife. Alright, I have a stick. And we're going to make a stone tool. We're going to equip it. Now pick a spot. I like to pick a little open spot here. And I'm going to drop... Sorry. I'm going to drop things that I don't need. It's not going away. I keep holding it. There we go. Alright. It's not going to go away. It'll stay there. Same with your planks and anything else you find on your island. Alright. First thing you want to do is find all of your yucca. There should be 3. There's usually 3 per island. But these things grow back after 2 days. So you want to get them first so that they regrow first. Now each yucca drops, as soon as you can find them, fibrous leaves. Each yucca drops 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and the other one is over here somewhere. There it is. 5. Alright, let's go find the other yucca. Also, as you're doing this, you're increasing your harvesting skill. So that's a good thing. Alright, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and oh, this one dropped 6. Very nice. And also, and then these, the young palms, they will drop at least 1 fibrous leaf. You need them to make, there we go, lashings. You can craft them right out of your quick menu. Okay, and you have to do that. Now here's a little trick. Let's find the last yucca. Where is it? Pick up the planks. Always 3 yuccas. Here it is. Now, just to show you, I do not have enough yucca or fibrous leaves in my inventory to create a lashing. If you didn't know, if you are nearby the items that you need to create, it will count them as in your inventory or close enough, and it will pick them up off the floor. Okay. And there's one more right. Okay. And then you can go around and do young palm trees. When you first start out, these lashings are everything. Pretty well hidden for the most part. Leave these, you don't need them yet. And just pick up all your random stuff. Sticks, get your young palms. Just go around collecting, and when you get full, go back out here, drop them off. Create little piles for yourself that will help. Alright, so now we've increased harvesting, which will make it to where I have to hit things less in order to harvest them. Okay. Grab it. So the first thing you're doing always is resource collecting. Finding your resources, collecting them, storing them, whatever it is that you need to do. Because finding young palms in the dark is not fun. There are plenty of things to do at night. Sometimes you'll find young palms hidden in the brush where you can't really see them. Alright. back out here. I don't have enough space. I got plenty of space. Corrugated scrap. You can use that later. It will come in handy. I'm sure I'll find more later, I always do. Just as I said, I find a bunch of them. Oh, nice. Okay, when you need to cool down, go for a swim. Thing. Completely submerged. You can look on your thing, see my SPF is pretty much gone, but as you're underwater, it starts to refill. And then just continue to stay down here. That way you don't end up with a sunburn. Stay here as long as you can. Okay, come up, get air, and then go back down. There we go. Let it fill up. You want about 2 or 3. I'm only going to do 2 right now. Just so that we're not taking too long. Let it fill all the way. Alright. One more breathing cycle to get us close to 3. And then we'll continue. Now while we're down here, all these fish down here, I don't know if you know, but you could get a sardine or clownfish or any of that just by stabbing it. But it's really hard to do. There are easier ways to do this. Do that in a minute. Alright. Back to the grind. Alright. So let's check to see what we got in our chest. Label gun and flashlight. Woohoo. Alright. Now, I'm going to go ahead and create little piles of all the stuff that I don't necessarily need bogging down my inventory. Okay, so right here I'll throw my rocks, my coconuts. Sticks. That way I've got room in my inventory for anything I may need to grab. Oh, I saw something. More sticks. Okay. Collecting. I'm gonna run around the island, see if there are any tarps, any more corrugation, maybe some planks. Always check your island, see what it gives you. Now, if you want to swim to another island, you can. It takes a long time, but you can swim there. It's not impossible. Let's see. Nope. Anything in the boat? Nope. Oh. Just a sardine. Alright. There we go. We got some cloth. That'll help make a loom a little bit later, which will help with bandages in the event that you start bleeding. There's a crab. Now you can get down here and there you go. You're gonna pick it up. I'm gonna show you what to do with this guy in a little bit. So now we're starting to come up on nighttime, so we want to make sure we have as much of our collection as possible. And to be honest, this one is probably one of the most scarce startups I've had in a long time. Usually I've got a healthy supply of corrugated paneling and tarps and planks, and this one was kind of cheap this time. But we're gonna make this work. Potatoes. Anything like this, leave it in the ground until you need it. Until it comes time that you can start planting. Which through this won't be long. Just gonna go through the inside of this little island real fast, make sure I didn't miss any young palm trees. Now generally it is suggested that you stay on the starting island for 4 days. I tend to have a habit of leaving on day 2 at some point. And that's because I get bored and I start swimming. Alright, so I can make some more lashings. And my craftsman is up, which is awesome. Make all the lashings. The tool belt will be good at some point. You're going to need the knife, which is going to use one of your lashings. Alright. Quick craft is done. You're going to put all of your stuff away. Like I said, it will use it when you're ready. Now let's start crafting. So the first thing that we're going to craft is a campfire. I need more sticks. Oh, I got my little knife. And we're going to chop up some trees. Okay, pick up all the sticks. Sorry, I tend to play in the dark. Let's go. I'm not a huge fan of the torch because it just shines a spot, but we'll go ahead and use it so you guys don't see it in the dark real quick. Alright, so now we're going to make a campfire. We're going to place that down right there. Then we're going to make some kindling. Going to equip it, start the fire, and then button mash. There we go. Now we'll put the kindling over here. Let's put it over here. right there. Now, when you collect food, crabs, things like that, if you keep it in your inventory, it will spoil. If you skin it and keep the meat in your inventory, it will spoil. But if you throw it out, it'll just sit there. Same thing if you get a boar or shark. Ooh, there's a wreck out there. We're going to go check that out here in a little bit. That little white thing, that means there's a shipwreck underneath the water. Now, this is where we generally started off, so there is a shark, so we have to be careful. But if you see that white bubbly stuff, that means there's a shipwreck in that location. So we have the campfire. Now, let's see what we have available. Axe we need. Where are my stones? Over here. Okay, now we have 2 of those. We'll get to that in a second. I want to make a crude axe, so I need sticks and... Alright, so I am out of sticks. Let's go get some more sticks. And we'll get into the real... Oh, no, yucca. Of course, the better the tool, the faster this goes, in conjunction with your harvesting skill. And of course, it only gave me 2. Alright, now I can make my axe. Alright, and we're going to cut down a palm tree. Not only is this going to give us wood and palm fronds, but if there's any coconuts in the tree, it will just automatically drop them off like that. And we just pick them up. Then you got to separate the trunk. It takes forever. Notice how I'm not using the night to sleep. I haven't even built my shelter yet. I'm just working on getting stuff. Okay? But I do need water. So, water can come in multiple different ways. 1, coconuts. Drop it on the floor. Now, you can crack this open. Go ahead and pick it up, drink out of it. Or you can make consumables. A coconut flask. This is a one-time water. And then go ahead and use it. Drink it. Drop it. You're going to need the flask later. Potentially, you're probably going to need 2 flasks. If you want to get coconuts without dropping trees, just go up to the short ones. Also, in the palms, you can find bats. And if you're fast enough, you can kill them. Oh, by the way, that is a faster way up the tree, is to jump and then hold X. You'll jump almost halfway up the tree. And then you just gotta work your way down. Okay. Now, if you really need water and you don't want to do this, the coconut flask, and you don't want to use your lashings because they're in short supply, you can coconuts. Keep rolling away. Let's go. Alright. Crack them open. They're floating away. And I'm going to get a third one. Now, typically, if you drink 3 coconuts in a row, you're going to end up with diarrhea, and your water is going to go way down, and you're going to die of dehydration before anything. But there's something called the 2-10 rule. So you're going to drink 2, drink it, drop it, drink it, drop it, and then look at your watch. See up there where it says 23:04, you're going to wait until 23:14, which is 10 in-game minutes. After those 10 in-game minutes, the timer for your dehydration restarts, and you can drink again without getting it, and now we have more water. Also, if you need water in a pinch, the fruit trees that you left in here, sometimes the yucca tree will have it. Other times there is a fruit tree around here with a single little piece of fruit, and of course this is this start is not giving me a whole lot of resources, but a lot of times you'll be able to find a single fruit hanging off a small tree, and that will also fill up water and a little bit of food, or food and a little bit of water, I should say. And of course it didn't give it to me in this run, but those things will also give you water, and eventually you're going to be able to get a sill. Alright. Let's keep crafting. Where is this? So now we're going to keep going. And we're going to go ahead and make our shelter now, not because we need it, but because we want the crafting. So you can pick this up and it will be one item in your inventory, or you can break it apart and you're going to have 5 palm fronds floating around in your inventory. Choice is yours. But again, I usually just drop the one, come over here, and we're going to make a shelter. Oops, need to get closer to my lashings. There we go. Make my shelter, then I'm going to walk it over here. Oh, 2, 5, there we go. Placed it. Everything that you build goes towards your building. Alright, so we're going to turn our fire pit. I need go. Nope. Sorry. Craft it. Put it. Oops. And then we're going to put a fire spit on it. I need sticks. And a lashing. Chop up the last bit of the trunk. Now everything that you're doing in this first night, you're crafting as much as you can. You're going to build up your crafting skill. You want to get to crafting skill level 2 within the second day. If you can get there in the night, that's even better. Now with this, when you put your meat on, you're only going to be able to put 1 piece of meat. Once you put the fire spit on here, oops, get it to snap. Now you're going to be able to put multiple pieces on, and we're going to go find a crab to make that point. So now the craftsmanship is up. You can make water sills. From what I understand, the hobo stove does not really work as intended on the PlayStation. You can make a loom, plank station, all this stuff is now opened up. And now you have more abilities to make different things. You can make new cloth, refined axe, things that'll last longer. Now you can use this to go hunting. Now that you can create all this stuff, you're going to be able to survive a little bit longer. And all you crafted was an axe, a couple of knives, and a shelter. And right now I'm trying to find a crab, and of course they don't want to come out and play. Let's take a look. Now it is rare to see them at night, but it is not impossible to see them at night. There they are. Where did it go? Oh, there he is. Alright. Back to our camp to show you the use of putting a fire spit on rather than just a regular old campfire. Alright, so there's our crab from earlier. We're going to drop this crab. Go ahead and skin them.
Oh, it's disgusting.
And skin this one. Have our meat. We're going to attach. Oh, we can only get one going now. How nice. Oh, you know what? It's the hobo pit and the smoker that can do multiple. My apologies. For your cooking skill, you hear that sizzling? That means that you're gaining cooking skill. If you go over there and you can no longer hear the sizzling, you are no longer getting cooking skill. Once it is done, you will hear a timer ding. See, I can no longer hear it. And there's your timer ding. Take your food off. And there you are. And we're going to do a little science here, because I've never tried to make a smoker on top of an existing fire pit. No, I would have to make an entirely new fire pit in order to do that. So that's fine. Oh, there we go. Now I can do that. Awesome. Now I can put on the meat. Oh, no. I just hit the wrong button. The meat smoker. There we go. Now I can do a meat smoker. see if I can find another crab and then do... Here, Mr. Krabs. I've got money. You know that was funny. Uh-oh, where'd it go? Mention money and they all come running. I don't want to go too far in there because there's that... There's that purple... Come on. Get in a way that I can see you. Okay, little butt nugget. There we go. Alright, now we're gonna skin it. And now we'll go to our smoker. And now I have 2 pieces of meat. And attach and attach. There we go. Now I have 2 pieces of meat in here cooking. And I can just string them up and they'll continue to cook. I needed water. Let's go find some coconuts. You know what I can do? Because we're level 2, we can make a water sill. No, I don't have any cloth, I don't think. Yeah, I need cloth. Which means I will have to make a loom. Cloth is fiber. Which that'll be something when these yuccas regrow. So for now, we're gonna stick to a diet of coconuts. Check all your palm trees. Here we go. Coconut. There we go. I don't like having something big in my hand. It drives me nuts. Alright, so food and water. Both my meats are done. And yes, I ran away from it while it was cooking, which is not the way to go. Alright. Being that we're so low on water, I'm going to drink all of these. But I'm going to use the 210 method. And get our meat out of the smoker. Start with the meat. And 3. Let's go ahead and do our coconuts. That's why I want to drop it. It's right here. 1, 2. Check our timer. 44. We're going to go to 54. And then 809. And there we go, almost full water, and we're good to go. Now if at some point you want to start going ahead and making a raft, you can. Right here, we're going to go out to the ship and see what's going on. There's a shark. Now, there's a little trick on the PlayStation. I'm not a fan of using it, but I'm going to show you. If you hug the ground while you're moving, the shark cannot bite you. His hitbox won't allow him to hit you. Same if you put yourself up against the side of a ship, his hitbox will not allow him to hit you. This only works on the PlayStation, and apparently it doesn't work today. So we're gonna windows. Only go through the doors. We're gonna come up and get some air real quick. And then we're gonna go back down. And then we're gonna check behind the bar. I much prefer a lantern over the spotlight, although the spotlight does give more light. We're gonna pick up the crate. Alright. Catch her breath. There's a stairwell down. Let's see what we have down here. Another locker. Oops. And not enough room. Right? Disco ball. Alright, stand up here. Shark can't get us up here. Check back here. Nothing really fancy. Honestly, kind of a crummy cruise ship here. Hi, I see you. You can't eat me today. So no additional chests. Nothing really of interest to pick up. Alright. Go for one last breath of air. And there we wasn't much there. Let him pass. And then we're going to take off. Go as fast as you can so that he doesn't have a chance to catch. Before we hit shallow water. And that's pretty much it. Just set yourself up. I was really hoping I'd find barrels or something. Case of a raft. Now you can make a raft. Get over to it. You can make it with a wood base, but it takes a lot of sticks. It's easier if you can find buoys. If you want to get your crafting skill up to level 3, then you can start using barrels. So crafting's almost to level 3. But this is pretty much it. Place all your stuff out here. If you would like, and I do, because I do have some sense of organization that drives me nuts when things are weird. And I don't have any planks, so I'd have to make, I don't have enough planks, I should say. I'd have to make a plank station. But make a place to store all your chests. Let's see what was in this chest. Ooh, gasoline. We got flying parts, gyrocopter, vehicle parts. Awesome. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. This is how you get started. Build a raft, build a shelter, chop down all your trees, collect your coconuts, and start exploring other islands. Now, the big that you see off these islands are just like this island. You might have a king crab that will try to attack you, but mostly you're going to get regular crabs, things like that. Islands like this, they have rocks in the center of them. Those ones usually are a little more precarious. You have a chance to get fall damage, chance to run up on rattlesnakes, which there's really no point in hunting a rattlesnake. All you get is small meat. You don't get any leather. You will come across boar, which will give you leather. Small boar will give you medium meat and some leather. Adult boar will give you a couple pieces of medium meat as well as raw leather. But don't go with snakes. It really doesn't do you any good. There's no point in it. They don't give you anything, and then all you do is risk getting poisoned, and then you've got to come back and make a healing salve and antidote. I'm sorry, you have to make antidote. It's not worth it. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. And my name is Nemesis5626, and I will see you later.